We're here, it's Saturday of March 7th, 50 years of Bloody Sunday, and we're at the foot of the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Many luminaries are walking by. Reverend Jackson, Amy over here from Democracy Now!
Today there's no sense of the danger that was here 50 years ago. Open season on anybody from out-of-state tags, activist young black people, blacks and Jews in coalition. That's why Serena Goodman and Cheney were killed, targeted and killed, act of terrorism. Viola Leitz, a white woman from Detroit, brain shot out point blank range, called nigger lover. That was killing, abounding killing, Reverend James Reeb, Jimmy Lee Jackson. And we celebrated because against those odds we overcame. We won the protected right to vote, where you could not move boundaries and you could not gerrymander annexation and at-large schemes. But the Supreme Court took that away 2 years ago, and there's not the drama attached to gutting the bill as it was achieving the bill. The Congress is here today with the president. They must go back to Washington, not as demonstrators, but as legislators, to restore the protected right to vote and to address the issue of poverty in a meaningful way. Everyone will say, Selma made me possible. Selma helped me. Well, help Selma. 40% unemployment among adults, 60% adult among young people, people living in trailers, living in huts without running water, without indoor toilets. It's the time Selma should be a model city for restoration of urban poverty dealing with both legislation and poverty. Amy, this is Miss Boynton, 110 years old. She invited Dr. King to Selma. She was head of the Dallas Voters League. And along the highways, the letter she wrote to Dr. King, at Christmas time, she came to Atlanta to invite Dr. King here. He came on the strength of her invitation.
Your thoughts about what happened 50 years ago today. You were in that first protest. You were beaten.
Well, it was something that I figured that I could not resist, because we worked trying to get people to register and voted long before Dr. King was born. And we were working to get them to know that. And I say today, if you're not a registered voter and you're 18 years of age, you are a hopeless people. Definitely hopeless, because you have nothing to say about your county, your city, your state, your nothing. So don't be hopeless. Be a human being, a citizen of the city of Selma, of the state of Selma.
What gave you the courage that day to face those state troopers?
I was born that way. My mother was a civil rights activist back there when I was born. And I worked with her at 11 years old. I worked with her when women's suffrage became reality.
Thank you so much. Hi, can I ask your name and where you were 50 years ago today?
My name is Teresa Burroughs, and I'm from Greensboro, Alabama. And 50 years ago today, I was on Edmund Pettus Bridge.
Right where you are today?
Right where I am today.
And what happened? How old were you at the time?
I was 21.
21.
Yeah.
You were facing off against state troopers?
Yes. Yes, we were beaten on that bridge, huh?
What gave you the courage to do that?
The courage of the treatment, how they were treating us. They were treating us like we were foreigners, like we in a strange country, and that we had no rights at all. And I was determined to do something to let this generation of young men and women not to have to go through what we had to go through with. 50 years ago, we had no rights.
You tell me your name and tell me about the medal that you're wearing.
May Richmond, this is a medal for foot soldiers who participated in the 1965 voting rights movement.
How old were you on March 7th, 1965?
13. I was 13. Many of the youth were between the ages of about 8 or 9 to about 16.
Did you march that day?
I did. I participated in all 3 marches, the Bloody Sunday, the Turnaround Tuesday, the Selma to Montgomery March.
And Bloody Sunday, where were you in the march and what happened to you?
On the bridge, we were on the bridge, and we confronted the Sea of Blue. We ran into the Sea of Blue, which were the state troopers. And after John Lewis and
Hosea Williams
told us to kneel down and pray after the state troopers would not let us through. And as we knelt down to pray, the state troopers threw tear gas beside us, and we proceeded to run back to the church and to other areas trying to get into security.